Hello, my friends. Hello, my friends. Today's date is January the 31st, and this is a reading for you if this is your birth date. So, this is a four-card pull, and it's a reading for the year to follow. The four cards are a general energy card, a challenge card that you might face, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis. So, this is the general energy card of the year. Maybe it's an energy that goes through the year, maybe it's an energy that is punctuated at some point that you need to notice it and understand it. So, reflect upon the maiden this year. The maiden uh, is a lot about that the youthful energy of coming alive in one's body and feeling the the, the power of spring, the power of eyes opening, the power of energies moving up and getting excited and getting thrilled and getting enticed and getting a taste of being in a more adult form. You know, this is the movement from the child to the young adult, and it's that lusty energy, it's that prime energy, it's that alive energy, it's that want to understand how I fit in energy, and it's the want to taste love, it's the want to taste sensuality, it's the want to taste sexuality, it's the want to experiment and explore, and yet it's often also the time when mothers start to pull daughters and that kind of energy, whether it's a mother and a daughter or a father and a son, it doesn't really matter, wants to pull that kind of energy toward the role that it's supposed to play. So this is often when the role is presented to the young adult as well, and says, well, you have to fit into this mold, and you have to do things this way, and you have to tamp down those wants to feel the world and see the energies of the world and taste the pleasures and enticements of the world. No, you need to become a wife. You need to have a child. You need to perform the wifely duties. You need to live in these restrictions. But in this day and age, a lot of those restrictions have gone because of automation and easier lives, and women are more needed to go out and join in and become the family provider, and do some kind of work, and then still come back and do all the 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 family stuff. So it's that time when that question of how am I going to be when I'm filled with this new energy of exploration and this new want and for a taste of life, but I'm being also restricted and guided in a particular way. So what way do I go? And that's kind of what this taste of the maiden is through this year, is how do I proceed when I'm pulled almost in the sense of two different directions of wanting, to do what is, quote, right by others, by family, society, by even myself on some level, but I also want to explore and taste and have adventure and see the world and not be stuck in these limitations. So what is your particular challenge? Well, it is the Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups is normally about being in love with somebody and wanting to go down that path toward loving them wholly and giving oneself over, and it's the taste of that remarkableness of sharing something with someone that has meaning and depth and power and emotional vulnerability, and yet this is your challenge. So what is happening for you? Is there someone that you're attracted to, and yet you're also feeling the pull to explore and expand and not be stuck in some kind of paradigm that holds you back and keeps you from feeling the excitement? Although the excitement of love is there, and the excitement of where that might go, I think it's the mind limitations of of being, held down and stuck in a slot and not allowed to, uh, I think, proceed as you wish to proceed. To be in love and to sacrifice for a partner is to sacrifice, is to give of oneself, and is one ready for that sacrifice? Now, this doesn't have to be just about a partner. This can be about something, anything that anyone is attached and attracted to, that could also limit it, limit you. So maybe this is some kind of addiction. Maybe this is some kind of group. Maybe this is some kind of belief system. Maybe this is you in yourself, and the struggle to, to listen to your intuition, but also to, look at your analysis of, well, that's what's appropriate, but my intuition says to go someplace else. So there's a challenge on your emotional level to commit to something that feels like, it's empowering, and yet it's also disempowering, because one must usually sacrifice in these kind of places. And is one willing to sacrifice? So this is the action you need to take. The hummingbird. And so what does the hummingbird say? Well, one of the most beautiful statements I ever hear about the hummingbird is, you can't cage the hummingbird or it will die. Boy, that says a lot, doesn't it? You have to live your love. You have to live your dream. You have to live your passion, like the hummingbird tastes the sweetness of nectar and then can fly 2,000 miles without stopping, floating in midair, maybe resting on a branch or something briefly, but then it's off again. It's tasting life. It's tasting the sweetness. It's got good boundaries. It's got good, powerful connections. It's a warrior. It's able to protect itself. So this is a lot of what I think it's saying to you is, if your heart feels caged, then it's not going to want to be there, and it's not going to want to stay there, and it's not going to live long if your heart is caged, if you're not allowed to sing, if you're not allowed to dance, if you're not allowed to be yourself in your most authentic ways. Then you might be sacrificing much more than you're willing to sacrifice, and that is a powerful lesson. And until you're willing to sacrifice what is needed in any particular relationship, that varies again, then until you're willing to sacrifice, will you not be happy giving up things that speak to you, that come from you, that are part of your gold and part of your gift and part of your authenticity and part of your truth? And so there's that power that is needed to allow yourself to fly, allow yourself to sing, allow yourself to rejoice in the ways that you need to rejoice, allow yourself to set, good boundaries, good clear boundaries that say, no, I will do this, but I will not do that. And I think this is one that says, don't enable another person to be in your life by giving up your own power. Don't hide who you are and what you are because you're afraid of for them to see you in your truth. You have to show your truth. You have to shine your truth. You have to live your truth. And then they can decide whether that, you are really, what they think they're seeing, and whether they are what you think you're seeing. By showing your truth and your honesty and your power, and having good boundaries, and allowing yourself to taste the sweetness of things, I think, do you sort out your life this year, and do you come to a greater harmony in the melody of things? And I think that's really what you want, is to have a harmony, not to follow somebody else's melody and to be the same tune as somebody, but to develop your own harmony that plays along beside it, that can deviate and rise and make new magic happen, because sometimes cacophony is part of as much of beauty in a song as following in a harmonic sense. But there is a harmony to life, and I think part of what you're learning is that harmony of life, and when it is that right time to sacrifice oneself for the beauty and the depth and the connection of a relationship, but until you feel that it's the right time and the right place, you always still have to show your truth and live your truth and live your joy, because you don't want to stop loving yourself, and you don't want to stop. You don't want to give up on yourself and what you've learned and what you found out about yourself and what your gifts are and what your talents are and what your interests are. So you don't want to give yourself away, but you want to be strong. You want to be strong, and you want to be loving, and you want to be clear, and you know that you want to find love, and you'll keep looking, and you'll make decisions that will harmonize with your life and not make a great deal of pain in your life a whole the